Alright everybody, welcome to another gameplay of mine in this series, how to climb fast and consistent without much effort. We are starting right at the wolves. You know why? If you don't know, it makes it easy for me to track invaders. It makes it easy for me to start the early game consistent, because nobody on God's Earth starts at your wolves or tries to contest your wolves in the early game. Even if they do, it's a bit weird because everyone can come to help me out before you get out the jungle. It takes too long to get out. So anyway, I'm clearing towards top because that's where it goes. If I start wolves and blue buff, I don't really care which side I always end on. It's something many people are like, okay, where am I gonna start? Where am I gonna path towards? Who am I gonna gank in the early game? I don't give a fuck. That doesn't matter to me. It never mattered to me somehow. I still climbed. So I ganked early game top lane Nasus because my top laner was just in the middle of a fight and he can't escape me obviously if he's stunned. So I'm chunking this Yasuo. Why do I do this? Because, well, I was hoping I could kill him, but the side effect, the beautiful side effect of it, ended up being a frozen lane for Zoe. Now he's losing an entire wave. And previous to that, prior to that, he lost a 1v1 to Zoe. So that lane is now completely cucked from toe to tail. So bot lane is winning. That's really cool. So before in the early games they lost. So there was like, I was expecting them to get cucked really hard. And now Yasuo roamed bot side and got shit on again. So this game is a really fresh breath of air. It's very simple. This game will not last very long either. If you look at the time controls down there, you can see the timeline. It's very short. We are already in the middle of the game, so you can assume the enemy just surrendered from minute 15. I didn't do much, but I liked this game because it was a perfect game of mine. So I took every jungle camp and now I'm basically jobless. So I assumed and did my job to pressure top lane because it was low. If Nasus was full HP, I wouldn't even care. I'm trying to get Grace out of the jungle because he has no top lane support to back him up. And the mid laner is sleepy anyway and very behind. So he can't do much either, but Graves ended up pushing me out of his jungle because he has range. That's fine. He was not gonna ult for that anyway. Now we are pathing back to bot lane because that's the only camps we have. There's no strategic thinking behind it, I would say. But yeah, so bot lane is pushing out their killing their bot lane again. Graves is starting to do so. You just have probably realized I have not done any jungle like major epic jungle camps. I was more concerned about getting farm, killing people than to get early game, because I feel like I don't know what it is. But I feel like getting early game drakes and doing void grubs doesn't really change anything about the game, right? I think it's more impactful if you get the enemy laners behind, like considerably behind, than to get a few grubs that may or may not be effective this game. Because it kind of depends, right? I mean, void grabs in my eyes is another win more thing, right? Like if you already have, so I'm flashing over here, killing this Graves, and then this Kaiser has to accept her fate to get destroyed by me as well. So what I was saying is, if you think about void grabs and dragons and stuff like that, I feel like these are like just win more strats. They're not gonna magically bring your team ahead or give your team skill, right? If you think about it, you can't give your teammates skill or like advantages in their mindset or in their playstyle or in their physical leads, right? You can't give them items, you can't give them gold, you can't give them experience. Perhaps you could give them experience with some camps, but with objectives, but I don't know. So I start here attacking the Graves. I know I'm taking way too much damage, so I'm just backing off. I don't even want to die instantly just from Nasus Q and stuff alone. So, but they ended up killing the Graves on my second engage. That was neat. And then I had no health to continue fighting. Done a camp. Now I have full, almost half HP again. And I was thinking, okay, I have to help this team again, otherwise they're gonna come back into the game. And that's another thing I hate, if the enemy team is so fucked, but they still come back. Thankfully, the Zoe tanked the turret here, so she got the damage off while I was untargetable. And we killed the Nasus on the turret very easily. Yeah, this game is very fucked for them. They can't really do anything. Even if I want to do the dragon here or contest it, I can't. There are like 3 people. I don't want to die. I probably have a huge shutdown. So I rather just get these camps, and then once I'm done, or if they are still keep fighting, or an opportunity arrives, I'm just gonna do exactly what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna dive, because I'm level 11. I'm like 3 levels above them. I have 1.5 item at this point, probably even 2. Yeah, 1.5 item. Now I have to play a Blade of the Ruined King and the Rage Blade. So I'm like 1 item above at minimum versus everyone. So if you think about this, I'm basically now 2 champions in 1. I have this Rage Blade, on hit, double amplifier. So we are very good this game. There's no need to risk. There's no need to do crazy stuff. There's no need to random invades and start to get this game out of balance. All I'm thinking about, okay, I'm gonna get this Herald and stuff and then keep pushing. But at this point, they already surrendered. As you can see, I didn't do really much. Sometimes there's games where you have really good laners. You just win the game automatically. And I don't know if you could have learned anything from this. Perhaps you learn from this game that you can do more than just farm. Even if your laners are winning, you can still pressure them even more. I was at this point, if this game was a card game, my card would be like I was the card that said win more, deal bonus damage, right? Because my top laner was keeping Nasus at bay, but I killed him, right? And then Graves started to try and swing the balance in top lane, but then I was like counter ganking, right? Mid lane was already winning, but then I sent Yasuo back home or killed him again. Bot lane was already almost like they were high key winning, and then I sent them base by tower diving them, right? So I like playing Master Yi like this, because this is like probably how the creators had Master Yi in mind, where he's just walking around killing people and snowballing and pushing the lead even further forward, right? That's probably the main mechanic of Master Yi. It sucks to play Master Yi from behind if everyone is dying and nobody has real utility or crowd control. So I like this game. This game was really cool, and I hope you enjoyed those little bit of insight, and see you in the next game. Thank you guys, and don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to make some comments. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, and we can fix everything, guys. So let's become great. See ya.